Alright, so this is going to be the final video in the tutorial series thingy. So this is going to entail Airship down and nuclear family. So first thing, we exit the power armor. After doing all that stuff with the radio, you go into the reactor, put in the thing, enter here, run straight through advanced systems, and then run straight to father. Just like with the end of Battle of Bunker Hill, in this run you don't want to shoot father to skip dialogue because you might kill him. So just run and don't shoot. Okay, let's see. So you do the dialogue exactly as usual. As you've done that, open the thing, put in the core, go to the terminal, reactor status, start up, and then leave, and that's that. Father will do some lines. You can just wait here, that's fine. So he'll do the dialogue. Alright. Now I think about now. No, not yet. Oh, this is when you go to talk about stuff. Okay. So you enter there, teleport straight to the institute, because you can do that. Go up. You enter here. Just go straight into the dialogue. I think this dialogue takes the same time as usual, but once you get to the thing, you can go straight to. I guess this is another area in which dialogue camera is a bit faster, because dialogue camera automatically positions you to where you need to look to talk to people, but no dialogue camera is faster overall because of other dialogue places. So you teleport back to the institute, you go back to father, and he'll be over there. He'll be like in the area where he usually is in this run. So you want to run all the way through to the end. That was a bit awkward, but I'm not sure if it'd be better off to try to do anything else, but just talk to him. Like I don't think you can push him so that he doesn't get stuck there. And I suspect it wouldn't be worth it to wait to try to move him around because of hunger issues. And then at this point, I think ideally you want to take agility, Lone Wanderer, but in this situation I did toughness instead of agility because I knew that I forgot to repair my power armor and it was expecting pieces to break. So the toughness was in the event of that, not, for memes or anything like that. Yeah, so you probably always want to go into agility. In fact, if there was anything else that could give extra damage, that'd be a thing, but I could do 2 more points into luck, but that wouldn't help. So, either or. Maybe if you find yourself getting broken legs and stuff, adamantium skeleton could be useful, but nah, I wouldn't bother with it. Generally either endurance or agility. Generally either toughness or agility, and then run back up. And then after all that, Lone Wanderer 2 for extra damage reduction. That's the only reason to get it. By now, you're not going to pick up anything else, so, Now, over here. Just like anywhere else, you want to mash X here. But unlike when you first enter the Institute, when you're talking to Dr. Lee here, she will also come to a point where she asks you a question, but this time you need to exit out of the question thing by pressing circle. Otherwise you won't be able to leave. So there's that dialogue. X. Let's see. Relay. Surprise. Alright. Goes him. Okay. So you want to, when you go back to Dr. Lee, you want to go straight to nothing. Everything else will just keep the dialogue in this phase, and you have to do nothing. You have to say nothing to actually be able to leave. So by that point, you've done that. You've gotten all the relay grenades. You go into your power armor, go up the elevator. Either now or later, you would want to hotkey Stealth Boys to something that you want. For me on PS4, I do up to. Maybe you want to do 5 or 6 on PC. But obviously any hotkeys are up to you, so long as it's easy to do. Then you go here. My chems wore off. Maybe you wanted to take extra chems anyway, even if they haven't worn off. And then teleport off. Now, first thing you want to do is take a bourbon before continuing on, because that will give you extra endurance, which will help with not dying. And then you want to take this path, and every 20 seconds or so you want to take another stealth boy so that you don't get damaged as much, and so they don't shoot you as much. So I think I'll take another one about here. Yeah. I shoot that. Once you see the big clouds, that's that. I also do this one first. I shoot that. And that's because I think it's Proctor Tegan that's usually around there. He has a missile launcher. Going for it first means that there'll be time for the synths to kill him. And he'll be preoccupied and all that, so that makes things safer for me. Go to here. I typically shoot these guys before entering for safety. Enter. Head up. Shoot that. Once you see it go pop, go back down. Once you're at the bottom, take a stealth boy, take a jet, and run to the gantry. You might want to take... Oh, I had a lot of stealth boys. Or didn't use that many. Okay, well. Stealth boy and jet, and run over here. Everybody over here, shoot. When you're over here, shoot Ingram. And then go up to the top. So what you want to do over here is generally put your 3 beacons around here. So there's one, there's another, and there's another. Generally have them around there. Then equip the relay grenades and put those in. Also, it's a good idea to stay out of the way so that you can get the virus into, so that the virus can go into the thing. It's also a good time to shoot some other synths while you're waiting. Yes, and then now he's in, so I just wait. And that's, at this point, it's all you can do, just wait. Shoots, Brotherhood people, wait. I think I accidentally took all of her stuff, but that's fine. Don't shoot down any vertibirds because then the game will try to spawn in a lot more people. So, and also vertibirds hovering around aren't as much of a threat. So, don't do that. And then keep on throwing grenades everywhere. I don't think that was the right vertibird to shoot down. Yeah, it wasn't because there's still one, I think. Yeah, that one. The one that just broke off of the Pridwin is the one with Maxon. Although I think in this run he was put in a weird spot. Usually in runs that get to this point, he appears on the roof of the of this building right here. Oh, I fell off. So he's 75%. Virus is fine. I think at this point I don't actually see where Maxon is, so I just stand around. I notice that the virus is done, so I'm ready to do that. At that point I see Maxon right there. But I don't want to jump off the platform until this appears here, because that's when you know that you're done. So I run this way. You can just jump down and have a stomp or try to avoid a stomp. It doesn't matter much. Maxon was over there, so I decided to go a bit further so that this building would be a bit of cover. Then I ran away a bit more so that he wouldn't attack me, because I knew he might be chasing a bit. And then you get relayed. Now, if you do see, if you're waiting for the virus, and what normally happens, and Maxon lands on top of the roof of the building, then you just want to take a jet and then shoot him until he dies, just like anybody else. But he is quite tough. Not tougher than explosions though. Here, you want to wait until you get your HUD back. And then immediately go to Pip-Boy, go back to the Institute, and that's the end of the split. So I guess in this last split, there's pretty much nothing that can go wrong, to my knowledge. So if you get to this point, awesome, you're basically there. Now you want to keep an eye on where the marker is now, because if it's in there, you need to go into the reactor room. But I'm not sure how regular glitches people do it. It might be through fast travel, but they have Sean in his bed, which I suspect is faster, but you know, the way that this run is, battling hunger, battling squishy NPCs and stuff like that, at the moment I wouldn't consider it worthwhile to worry about Father spawning in the reactor room when he's not supposed to. And this, by the way, is what Father Glitch is. When Father is still in his reactor room rather than in his bed where he should be. So, you know, he'll probably be in here. He might be in his bed. Just whichever way it is, just run to him and shoot him in the face. That's the way the run ends. Now, you know, it can be cool, given that cannibalism is a thing in the game, that where the game ends when you eat your son. Ooh, but you know, don't worry so much about eating your son that you lose time. You more than not want to shoot Father when you're a bit further away, so that it yeah, so that it so that you don't have to run as much. Now, one thing that I have thought of, given the presence of Father Glitch, is there's windows further up, and I have thought that maybe if, like, let's say I threw a grenade at this here, it bounced down into there, it fell down and hit Father, that would probably kill him before I could actually physically run to him, saving a bit of time as well. But that's something that I would consider to be not consistent enough. Plus the grenade might bounce back at you and might kill you, which would be worse. So just shoot Father. You know, just put all your bullets into him. Doesn't matter. And the timing ends. Well, I end the timing when the cutscene starts, but it actually ends when the HUD disappears. So at that point, it would have ended, even though you can still see everything else, and the cutscene hasn't yet started. But now is when it ends. So that's the tutorial. Now, from this point, there might be other stuff that I find out, that I, other tricks I decide to do. I might reorder stuff a bit, but that's the route. That's the route for now. So yeah.